Hey guys, what's going on? Tom here again, back with another voiceover analysis. This is a game I played this morning in a Sicilian defence, and it was quite a closed, tight game for most of it, and this is the first time I'm looking over, so here we go. So, standard Sicilian defence opening. So, pretty standard moves. Obviously, wants me to play that bishop straight away, but I think I do that next. Yeah, but at this point it's asking for g6. Not quite sure. Maybe it wants me to move the bishop up so I can castle earlier. He castles, push the knight up. Yeah, both just developing pieces at this point. So it seems like I'm playing what it thinks is the best move, just a move after it wants me to. So now it's asking me to move the knight back around, maybe to come up to here, or so I can push this up. Not quite sure. Okay. So thinks that's a bit of a misplay. I bring the bishop back, so obviously don't want to be moving the, don't want to be sacrificing the queen just yet. So he puts his queen straight back. I push this up. Why did I do this? I think, I can't quite remember. There was some reasoning. I think maybe I wanted to push it up and challenge this and move this up. Something like that. So he captures my knight in the middle, capture back, attacking his knight. He puts it in the middle there. I capture. This is all best move so far, so pretty good. What was my my accuracy for this game? 62, so not great, but higher than his. So he captures. I push up the pawn because now I want to get my bishop into the game. He plays that. I think he's just trying to start cutting off these squares, also opening it up for his pieces to develop. So I finish the bishop, defending my pawn that's up there in the middle. He's developing his pawns as well. Now we castle. This is more obviously getting the king out of the way, but really trying to get this rook into the game. So he starts moving his bishop up. I moved this here because I wanted to add another defender to this pawn so I could push it. This way, when he captures, he can't capture back with the bishop. But obviously, it wasn't too much of a fan of that, and it wanted me to play all the way across here. How do I stop that? Okay, so there's the first proper mistake we see of the game. Not quite sure what he was going for with that move there, because it didn't really do anything for him. So now I attack this pawn here. He moves this forward, which this is why the game became quite close, because we had all our pawns right up against each other, and neither of us could capture without losing a piece. So now I challenge his bishop in the middle there, moves it back. Oh yeah, this is the best move, trying to remove this pawn out of the game, give myself some more space. So he captures, capture back. Oh yeah, that probably would have been good actually if I'd capture with the pawn, start moving that up. Yeah, he pushes this pawn for some reason, not quite sure why. I move up the queen. So here's the first blunder we see of the game. So he's attacking this pawn here. And I defend it. I defend it with the bishop, but it doesn't like that. It would have preferred. It sees that as a blunder. So if I hadn't done that, if I'd pushed this, oh, so it would have liked me to push this and then, because it can't capture, could have, yeah, maybe, and then I can take here. But the only thing there is that. Okay, no, that makes sense. So then he moves his rook up, push the pawn. He realizes he can't capture there because that will open up lines of me coming through this around this region. So he pushes the pawn. Oh, there's another blunder by me. See, I thought pushing this here keeps the... Well, it doesn't actually protect it. I don't know, I was thinking that moving up, because I've got this covering this line here, moving the queen up here and playing through, something along those lines. So he pushes the pawn, I play the queen. He captures here, which I thought this was his first proper blunder of the game. Maybe he missed my rook, but he captures, and then I capture with the bishop, because I want to keep this this rook on this line and keep the bishop on this diagonal. So he now adds more power along this diagonal here towards my queen. I move back here because I need to defend the rook if I decide to take with the pawn. So he pushes that up, just closing this position off here even more. Yeah, so this actually it liked, but it wanted me to capture. I push this here because even though he can take the pawn, it opens up this diagonal here to the bishop, so he can't really capture here. And if he does, it weakens this diagonal he's got. But he captures. He must have missed bishop captures on a1, so I take that. However, missed win. So is that capturing there? What would that be? Check. I assume it was probably mate in... Is that mate in 7? Well, I missed that one, but I thought picking up the rook for a bishop would be quite good. He realises he can't capture there because then he hangs this this rook, so he moves that back there. Move the other rook across to add more pressure. I don't know what he was doing at this point. He just pushed the pawn. I think he'd sort of given up. So I capture there. He captures. I attack the queen, so he moves back out of the way. Check the king, and I think in this position, mate's coming, mate in 4 it looks like. So I push this. What? I push this just to here. I was moving out of the way so that the bishop covered my queen, so mate there, but this would have worked as well. And it was in that position that he didn't resign, he just abandoned the game. But yeah, that's my Sicilian defence attempt. I was quite happy with that game. Obviously, a missed win in there and a few blunders, but I thought I played relatively well. So cheers, guys. I'll see you in a bit.